much for coming. This is spectacular. It's a monthly show where we, it's like a variety show of sketch and characters that we do. It's very silly. It's a lot of fun. If you like what you see tonight and you want to know about future shows, you can follow me on Instagram at RandyWoodSeattle on Instagram. I'll tell you all about it. So tonight is our Halloween show. Boo! Super scary. We've got a lot of people doing Halloween type stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but Halloween, October, the whole month is Halloween as far as I am concerned. And something I learned when I was very young is that there's a formula to creating the perfect jack-o'-lantern. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Because you can't start too early. Like if you start carving your pumpkin 2 weeks before Halloween, then hi. Thank you for coming. I'll start at the beginning. Pumpkins, Halloween. You don't want to start covering them too early. Thank you. Right. So there's a formula to carving your pumpkins, right? You don't want to start too early, because if you start too early, they'll start to rot and decay, and you got this smushed up pumpkin on your front porch, and that's no fun. Hey, is everything okay back there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
We're good.
Cool. I'm gonna continue with this.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Pumpkins. So you get a pumpkin, you're super excited about it, you want to dig right into that thing and start carving it, but ideally, Hey, what's going on back there? What's going on?
Nothing. We're good. Everything's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my god, you guys, hey, I'm really sorry, I forgot to introduce. This is Candace Seinstein. That's
Doctor.
Thank you. Dr. Candace Seinstein. A lot of you don't know, or may not know, that the Pocket Theater, in addition to supporting sketch, improv, all sorts of different types of comedy and theater you might think of, they have a world-class laboratory facility right backstage. And so if you are interested in working on science projects, it's right back there.
Which is what I do.
Yeah, probably should wrap it up before a show.
But yeah, sorry about that. Continue on. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So pumpkins. So you want to start?
You know what, Randy? Sorry, I do need to say that they escaped.
They escaped.
They escaped. Yeah.
Like they're running around Seattle.
Oh no! They're within the theater. They're in the theater. Yeah, they love the theater.
They're in the theater.
Yes, they're definitely in the theater.
In this theater.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But please continue on with the show. The show must go on, you know.
So pumpkins. You want to start them kind of...
You know what, though? I should also mention that they are infected.
They're infected.
Yeah, really, really infected.
Oh my god. With what?
I'm glad you asked that, Randy. These disgusting, abominable creatures are infected with fabulous cash prizes! Hey, yeah, and you know what? 3 lucky winners will find one of these underneath their seats. So you guys, look under your seats! Look under your seats and you get
one! Alright, I guess it's...
What?
Escape monster.
Oh, you got one!
You got one?
Hey, $1, that's a cash prize, yeah!
Wow, you made $1. Is there one over right behind you, perhaps?
Oh! Hey,
$3.
Oh, you know that one has scabies. You watch her.
Yeah, the scabies rat.
Yeah.
Guys, are you ready for a show? Yeah! Let's give it up for your first act of the night. Please keep those cash rats. Let's give it up for Matt Hatfield.
Hello, and welcome to a very spooktacular. I'm sorry, that should say spectacular. Looks like you got a bit of a typo on the teleprompter there. Welcome to a very spectacular episode of Country Craft. I am your host, Paul Lachey. Now, Halloween is just around the corner. Sorry to our audience at home. We usually have this proofread before we go live. I don't know what's happening tonight. Margaret, can you look into that? Halloween is just around the corner, and so we're going to make these charming paper jack-o'-lanterns. So what you're going to need is a brown paper bag, a black magic. Really? Oh. So that's my bad. They're called magic markers. This one's black. I was expecting another Halloween party where there was one. Sorry. So this is a fun craft you can do with your boils and ghouls. Okay, Margaret. How does someone mistakenly write boils and ghouls instead of boys and girls? Corner, I understand, but I don't understand. What's on so, like I said, brown paper bag, marker, black, an X-Acto knife, and a small candle. Now, you're going to want to have your children. That one doesn't even make sense. You want to have your children draw simple shapes that are easy to cut out. Now, this is where the X-Acto knife comes into play. Come on. So we're just gonna. Oh, okay. Sorry, it looks like I cut myself there. Margaret, can I get a Band-Aid, please? Thank you. Oh, no, that's sorry. That's really coming out there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, there's not blood. Okay. Witchcraft, were we working? Witchcraft. Again with the puns, come on. All right. Eager-eyed viewers might want to turn away. There's going to be a bit of eye gore here. Eye gore. Is that did I read that? Can I read right now, or is this Margaret?
Welcome to a spooktacular episode of Country Craft. I'm your ghost, Margaret Gorman, and I'm keeling in for Paul Lachey, who's a little pun-disposed. Now, Halloween is right around the corner, so...
Yay! You were scared. Let's give it up again for Matt Hatfield. Dumb puns. All right. That was fun. And bloody. I like watching you gasp. All right, let's give it up for our next act coming up to the stage. Let's give it up for Half Sister! Thank you.
up.
You guys, this full moon reminds me of a ghost story. Did I ever tell you about the weekend that my family and I went to stay at a cabin in the woods?
Ooh, Cabin in the Woods. That was 2012, starring Kristen Connolly, Chris Helmsworth, written by Joss Whedon.
No, this is a very real, very true ghost story. So, I was 16, and me and my mom and my dad were heading out to the Olympic Peninsula to spend the weekend at this cabin in the woods. But we got there super late, and it was super cold, so we're trying to run around finding fire for the wood-burning stove.
Wait, did your cabin have pottery?
It had, like, coffee mugs and bowls.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. This is just like that story of that one guy who got murdered, okay? And then he tried to warn his wife that she was in danger, but get this, he was a ghost, okay? And he could only talk to her when she was doing pottery or hanging out with Whoopi Goldberg.
That's the movie Ghost starring Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze.
Exactly. Guess who's a real-life actual ghost?
Come on. Patrick Swayze?
Pretty spooky, huh?
Jordan, can we listen to Michelle's actual ghost story?
Fine.
Thank you, Omar. So, my dad puts me in charge of the wood-burning stove. And so I'm packing as much wood as I can in this to get the fire going, and I put the rest of the pieces up on top to help them dry out because they were soaking wet from the rain.
Wait. Did you have any doubts that the fire wouldn't start?
For like a second, but it started right up.
I knew it. I totally knew it. This is just like that horrifying story about that one crazy guy who decided to dress up like a woman so that he could get close to children. And then it turns out, years and years and years down the road, he's a real life ghost.
Dude, that's the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. Those were his children in the movie.
Oh, Morgan! Silly, silly Morgan. Those children were just actors, okay? But that man, or that woman, was really a man, and that man is currently, right now, actually a ghost.
You mean Robin Williams?
Pretty spooky, huh?
So every actor that dies all of a sudden becomes a ghost.
Like I said, pretty spooky, huh?
Jordan, enough, dude. Let's listen to the end of Michelle's real story.
Fine.
So, finally, like, we're gonna go to bed, and my dad is very nice and says he'll sleep on the couch, and so my mom and I can have the bedroom. And one thing you should know about my mom, she gets night terrors, not a big deal. Like, you just talk to her calmly, try not to wake her up.
Guys, come on.
Jordan, no.
But I really do.
So, middle of the night, all of a sudden, my mom just sits up in bed yelling, "We have to get out of here! We have to get out now!"
Guys,
Jordan, is this another story about a dead actor that turned into a ghost?
Morgan, listen, this is the scariest tale yet, okay? Listen to this. After a death in his family, a dentist from Miami, Florida, travels all the way to Alaska in the dead of winter. Once he gets there, he's immediately surrounded by a bunch of ferocious wolves ready to tear him limb for limb.
Ooh, Snow Dogs. 2002, James Coburn, Cisco the rapper, and of course,
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Wait. Cuba Gooding Jr., not dead, not a ghost story.
That's right. Michelle's right. Cuba Gooding Jr. is opening in Chicago, that musical on Broadway. It literally opens tomorrow.
Well, I sure hope Broadway likes ghosts, because he is one.
You guys, Jordan's right. I just got a push notification from TMZ. Cuba Gooding Jr. is really dead. It was a subway accident. Not like the restaurant, but like...
Pretty spooky, huh? Cuba Gooding Jr.
guys. Can I just say, it is so great to spend time with my family. I mean, Connor, ever since you turned 13, I feel like we never see you.
Yeah, you're always alone in your room.
Come on, guys. Jeez, it's Halloween.
Okay. Ready for the big reveal? I sure am. I made classic jack-o'-lantern.
Oh.
Debbie.
Ta-da! Spooky ghost.
Ooh, nice work, honey. That gives me the chills. Jordan. I mean, Connor. Thank you. I made this. Connor.
What? It's a birdhouse.
It's not a birdhouse. Okay. What? That is a lovely idea, Connor.
Thanks, Mom.
You know what? We can put it out for the birds in the morning.
Actually, I was thinking if maybe I could just, just keep it in my room.
Whoa. So, how are the birds gonna get to it in your room?
I mean, it's just don't worry about it.
But, honey, you haven't finished scooping out the insides
It's
yet.
not done yet, obviously. It's just a decoration. Come on. There it is.
Connor!
What? It's just so the birds have something to look at, okay? God, chill out.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Connor Roberts.
What? It's so that the birds can fit. They can go in and out, in and out.
No. You know what? We're just gonna put this pumpkin outside for the birds right now.
Mom, what if someone steals my pumpkin?
Connor, no one's gonna steal your weird pumpkin.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Oh, hell yeah! Fuck pumpkin! Let me put my dick into it, please! Oh, yeah! Oh, this is so good right now! Oh, yeah! Oh, God! This is so amazing! God damn it! It's so amazing! Oh, wait, it's slipping! Oh, no, it's slipping out of my hands! Oh,
Connor, go to your room.
Fine.
I have no idea where he gets these ideas from.
I don't know. I just can't figure it out. I guess it's time for Din Din, huh?
Yeah! That got really dirty.
Halloween.
So Halloween is dirty and pun-filled. That's what we're learning so far tonight. We have a musician coming up next, so let's see what we learn from her. Just come to the audience right there. And she's gonna play the guitar and sing songs. Can you hear her feet? They're coming around the back of the stage.
She's coming. Is that?
She ran out. She's after the pumpkin thing. How you guys doing so far? Good? Good? Yeah, nice, good. I like it. Anyone started on a Halloween costume yet? You're like, no. I'm gonna be a cash rat. All right. Let's give it up for your musical guest of the night. Do you want a chair?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take this out of here. Let's give it up for Helen America! Woo!
Hi, everyone. I have a song that's a little bit spooky, maybe. I didn't realize this was a Halloween show, so maybe I'll play this one. I'm also not funny, so don't laugh. eggshell skull was pound and pound and pound and pound. Thank you so much. Here's another song. Sorry. What's scary about this song is how hard it is to play. And the fact that I always write songs that are hard to play. And you wonder why, you know? Like what am I doing to myself? It's spooky. I was trying to get into the Halloween spirit. Like when you hear backstage for the first time that it's a Halloween show, you know? This is what happens. We are all mice. We rise with broken teeth and broken eyes to stretch our necks and fill our bellies with bright lies, the taste of future and of light. We are all mice. We crawl through labyrinths of ingenious device, counting days of solitude and single grains of rice. We are alive, we are all right. Hiding underneath the endless night. Inside the hive, with shallow breathing, we stay quietly alive. We guard against the cold, we guard against the predatory whispers yearning to infect our minds. Inside the minds of fragile innocence, born terrified and blind, the tiny crack that lets the light of the divine flood uncomprehending through our night. Drifts of powder float from a dizzying height. Blessed are the echoes down the corridors of stone my body bleeds on. And blessed is the refuge and the long parade of seekers that it leads on. And blessed is the silence of the dry and fallow earth we spread the seeds on. Blessed is the water of the little wasted lives that nothing feeds on, that nothing even feeds on. tunnels filled with mud, and for a little longer we survived. We are all mice, and as the forests burn and all the oceans rise, we clutch our pink and tiny hands across our eyes, not to see what's underneath the melting ice. What rises to a new dawn from beneath the melting ice? And blessed are the echoes down the corridors of stone my body bleeds on. And blessed is the refuge from a long parade of creatures that it leads on. And blessed is the silence of the dry and fallow earth we spread the seeds on. Blessed is the water of the little wasted lives that nothing feeds on, that nothing even feeds on.
Hello in America, you guys. All right, next we got coming to the stage. Another scary sketch. We got Jason and Ryan. Whoa!
It's way over the blue book value.
Skip? Skipper?
Yeah,
Is that you, Skip?
yeah, I'm here, Frats.
Oh, good. I saw the lights and just needed auditory confirmation on account of the strange happenings.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm just gonna make my way. Oh, no. Thought I could go this way, but there's a big salal bush blocking my transit. Gonna have to go around.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that? Oh, little friend. That the salal plants often grow at the base of Douglas fir trees on account of the Doug fir's root system. Unbalances the soil's pH level in a way that's complementary to the salal's growth.
I did know that. I do know that, yeah.
Not surprised. Nature really is a delicate and beautiful dance. Oh, there you are. What's the 5-0? Body?
Yep.
It's got a blanket over it.
Yeah.
Your blanket?
Yeah.
So not the,
It's not the victim's blanket.
I was actually thinking the perp, but I guess we can rule that one out too on account of
It's my blanket.
bingo.
Yeah.
And you were the one who put the blanket over it on the body? So we're
Waiting for the police to get here.
have a look at it?
It being the body?
Mhm.
Yeah, I did.
Pretty gross.
It's a dead body, Brad. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
That's why the blanket.
Yeah, that's a big reason why. Yeah.
Also seems respectful.
And the animals.
Yes. Of course, the animals. A lot of blood, probably?
Not really.
Oh, not a lot of blood.
Virtually none, actually.
Virtually
Yeah.
no blood. But pretty gross. Puke.
Puke?
Vomit.
Are you asking me if there's puke?
I mean, no blood, but maybe some puke.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of puke. You're really angling to look at this body, aren't you?
No, I mean.
Because I don't think you want to look at it.
Oh, I believe it. You said it's pretty gross. You put a blanket over it. That is enough for me. Maybe I should note some of this. Blood? Virtually none. Puke? Some.
Rats.
But not a lot of puke.
Rats. Okay. If you want to look at it, you can. I don't think you should. Look at it. I had to look at it. It was not fun to look at. I wish I hadn't had to look at it, which is why I put the blanket on it, so I wouldn't have to continuously look at it. But if you feel the need that you have to look at it, you can. Just don't move anything.
I won't. Shouldn't have looked. My curiosity was perhaps justified, maybe uncontrollable. In the end, foolish. Should have listened. Should have listened. But in my defense, putting a blanket over it may have done more harm than good. You tried to spare me the sight, but well, Skip, you turned it into a grisly, woolen mystery surprise. That is a nice blanket, though.
Yeah.
Pendleton?
Yep.
Nice blanket. Like $200 nice, right?
Like 150. Also had a tarp in my truck.
Skip, I think I would have gone tarp.
Yeah, it didn't seem right in the moment though. This just seems a lot more respectful.
$115 more respectful.
Like 85 more respectful.
$65 tarp.
Well, it's like one of those, it's the silver ones, you know, that are heat resistant.
So I think I picked mine up for right around 35.
That's fine. I don't mind supporting the general store.
I don't mind saving $30 on tarps. I think I picked this up in the subtext, but you're not going to want that blanket back, right?
Nah, definitely not, no.
Would have gone tarp.
Hey, I would say good night to you guys, but you know, considering the circumstances here.
Thank you for keeping watch. We can take it from here.
All right, great.
Well, Skip, I guess I'll see you back at the station in a few hours.
Yeah. Oh, what's the chalk for?
There's a story there. I was thinking I'd get to do the outline the body thing, but then there was the blanket and the fact that chalk is virtually useless on wet leaves and pine needles. It was silly.
It's a good thought, though. Hey, if you grab that chalk from the Wilderness Education Center whiteboard, could you throw it back there? We don't have a real deep chalk supply at the moment, all right?
Can do, Skip.
Thanks.
Wouldn't want to eat into that tarp budget or anything.
What? What's that?
I said good night, Skip.
Good night.
I think the ranger was trying to be respectful to the dead.
Sure. Looks like a Pendleton.
Nice blanket.
Yeah, but it's got a little puke on it though. Attorney at law, Sweaty D.
I'll turn it all the way up. Down. Off. Lights up. Sticks. It looks so fun in the store. You bring them in and it's still going. Hello. My name is Jeremiah Sweaty D, attorney at law. Hail from the great state of Miss Alabama. Now normally, I like to regale an audience with upcoming lawsuits that come up, that I've got going on. Like, I've got one coming up. Whoa! I'm working for a client that is very, very, very high up. Very high up, very important. Higher than that. Very, maybe even that. Very important client. I'm very excited about this. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it because the producers of this show said, Sweaty, if you want to be on my show, we didn't talk like that. But he said if I want to be on the show, I had to tell a scary story. So I got to tell a scary story. Oh boy. All right. There's been a lot of scary stories so far tonight. Okay, scary story, Sweaty. Scary story. Dog. That's pretty scary. Okay. Oh, I got one. All right. Okay. There was a trailer. A long time ago. There was a trailer, a very tiny trailer, on the edge of this thing called the swamp bog. It was really, really wet, so swamp wasn't enough. They had to call it swamp bog. Combined. Bog, swamp, together. Anyway, this trailer, right on the edge of the swamp bog, and you know what? Oh, hold on a second. I got a problem. Not the lights. Hold on a second. Oh, it's looking good. I learned this when I was working at the fun house. I'm just gonna put my blanket here. You're a lawyer. You don't carry a blanket around. You bear with me. hold this. Help, please. Thank you very much. Right there. All right, okay. So let's see. That ain't gonna work. Oh, I got it. Keep holding it there. What's your name?
Eric.
Need oil?
Soon, yes.
I'm commercial. Oh, there. All right. Very tall. There we go. Eric, thank you. All right, now we got the makings of a scary story. Sheep. Okay, so there was this tiny trailer on the edge of a very spooky swamp bog. Now inside of this trailer there was a family. There was a mama, and there was a papa, 8 kids. There was a cat. There was a calico cat. That's 2 cats. There was a dog. There was a couple dogs. There was a raccoon. There was a raccoon that lived there. A snake. Anyway, they were all sitting around, everybody at the dinner table, eating as you do. Papa, well, pass me those Slim Jims. You pass Papa the Slim Jims. You don't want the Slim Jims. Anyway, so we're all sitting around this dinner table, when suddenly, deep in the swamp, they heard a sound. All the kids. What was that, Papa? It's awful scary. Papa, he says, that's the swamp bog monster. You angered him when you kids built your dirt bike ramp so close to a swamp. And then he head went down the mashed potatoes. He did that sometimes. Yeah. Oh boy. And then they heard it again. Oh, this is fun. Oh, I'm in the swamp! I'm coming! All right. Okay. All right. So they heard it again. All the kids, oh, Mama, what do we do? Oh, Dad, can't ask him. Mama, all right, you heard your dad. Well, what he would have said is you got to capture that swamp bog monster and send him back to hell. And then she passed out. Usually right after Dad. Pop, in this story, that person. Oh boy. And it's all the kids are scared. The swamp bog monster, it's coming for us. Well, they had to send it back to hell. So what did they do? There was some straws. There was straws. They all had to choose straws, and the youngest one picked the smallest straw and tied. He's the oldest one. He says, all right, you gotta be bait. And so the kid says, well, I don't want to be bait. And they say, you gotta run around the trailer. You're gonna run around that trailer, and we're gonna put a sheet between 2 trees, and then you're gonna run into the sheet, but then kind of go under it. And then the creature's gonna get in. We're gonna jump out of trees with baseball bats and hockey sticks and bricks and beat that thing and then send it to hell. And and then we heard the noise again. Here it comes. Whoa, get closer! Make the little fat kid run! Oh, coming! That's a fun part. All right. Okay. So anyway, that poor little kid, he just starts running around the trailer, running as fast as he can, running around that trailer. Oh, he's so scared. Oh, and he can hear it. It's getting closer. Whoa! You look like a ham. I'm gonna eat you, kid. Whoa! You're all alone. Tasty child. All right. Oh, the kid, he's just running. Now he's getting scared. It's right on top of him. He can practically feel it breathing down his neck. Oh, boy. I'm coming for you, kid. I'm coming for you. Ah! And he keeps running. He keeps running. And he's looking around. Oh, he's all alone. Oh, and he can see him bursting out of the bushes, coming right for him, just leaping at him. Ah! He's running. He's running. That kid is running. And now he's scared out of his mind. Oh, here comes. Oh, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Oh, God. Oh, God. And he's running. Oh, he's a scared kid. Scared kid. Oh, God. Oh, and then he runs. Oh, God. Oh, get it off me. Ah, oh, God. Ah, stop hitting me. God damn it. Ah, you hit me. That thing is biting my leg. Oh, God. Ah, Todd. It's me, you dum-dum. It's oh, God. Where'd it go? Okay, well, I need legal services, at a reasonable rate. Oh, they never saw that creature again, so it's good. It's supposed to go off this way, but it's dark back there. It's really, really dark. So I'm just gonna go out this way. There's nothing under there, is there? Right? You guys all good? All right, see you later. Bye bye.
Get ready, last act. Put your hands together one more time for Matt Hatfield.
Dear camper, only 2 tents are allowed per campsite. I notice your site has 3. Please reduce the amount of tents in your campsite to 2. Dear camper, notice some Little Debbie snack cake wrappers in your fire pit. Are you trying to burn these? They're plastic. Please don't burn plastic. The fire pit is for burning wood and wood only. Dear camper, alcohol must be kept within your designated campsite. Bottles should not be hidden in the trees surrounding your campsite. Dear camper, quiet hours are between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. These seem to be your site's loudest hours. Please be considerate of the other campers and lower your volume after 9 p.m. Dear camper, you now have 4 tents set up in your campsite. Only 2 tents are allowed per campsite. Please remove 2. Dear camper, please dispose of trash in designated bins rather than stapling your Little Debbie snack cake wrappers to the trees. Little Debbie snack cake wrappers do not belong on the trees. Dear camper, although we do permit alcohol in your designated campsite, this does not, however, include brewing moonshine. Please to strike your distillery immediately. Dear camper, last night's chatter was considerably quieter than previous nights. However, your campfire ghost stories were a little too spooky for your neighboring campers. This camp is not haunted by a fiery flute phantom. In the history of the campground, no one has ever died from spontaneous combustion while singing Amazing Grace. Please notify and assure other campers that this is pure fiction. Dear camper, one camping party is allowed per site with a maximum of 8 people per site. You now have 11 tents up in your site. Are 8 people using 11 tents? Please reduce your tents to 2 and your party to 8. Other campsites are available. Thank you. Dear camper, feeding of wildlife is strictly prohibited. Please do not feed the chipmunks Little Debbie snack cakes. Just because the chipmunks eat the Little Debbie snack cakes does not mean they are responsible for cleaning up the wrappers. Dear camper, please release the moose. Dear camper, though I appreciate your chatter ending at 9 p.m., I was disappointed to hear flute music coming in from your campsite after midnight. It appears you neglected to tell your neighboring campers that the fiery flute phantom is a work of fiction, resulting in a lot of scared campers sleeping in the Rangers' cabin last night. Please inform the other campers that you were behind the flute music, and please do not continue playing the flute in the camp. Dear camper, thanks for taking down a tent, but 10 still remain. Just a friendly reminder that the maximum occupancy for tents in a site is 2. Dear camper, my issue with the Little Debbie snack cake wrappers was not that they were Little Debbie, but rather that they were trash littering your campsite. Please dispose of the hostess wrappers. Dear camper, the moose seems intoxicated. Thanks for removing the distillery, though. Dear camper, last night I received several complaints regarding more flute music, this time occupied what most describe as an eerie green glow coming from your camp. This fiery flute nonsense has gone on way too far. Campers are leaving in droves, and I'm starting to question my own beliefs. Is the fiery flute phantom in fact real? Dear camper, now it appears you're up into a baffling 25 tents in your site. What happened? Please take down 23 tents or I'll be forced to leave you another note. Are you even seeing these? You have yet to respond directly to any of my notes. There's space on the back to write a response. Please let me know when you're seeing these. Dear camper, I came back to my cabin last night to find it filled to the roof with snack cake wrappers from a wide assortment of different bands. Sara Lee, Tasty Cake, Drake's, Dolly Madison's, Entenmann's, and of course, Hostess and Little Debbie. Are you behind this? Where did you get all these wrappers? Did you eat all those cakes yourself? No notes for nothing personally, I'm just a simple park ranger who cares about the environment. Camper, it occurred to me last night that I've never actually seen anyone in your campsite. Moose aside, of course. Is this some kind of an elaborate prank? You a bunch of bored college kids, or is this Ranger Dawn giving me a welcome to the park type hazing? I appreciate a good prank just as much as the next park ranger, but this has gone out of hand. Please be packed up and checked out by noon tomorrow. Dear Diary, the campground is empty. The last of the campers checked out yesterday morning, yet campsite G13 is still covered in tents. All empty. I took a few down only to come back after my lunch break to find more in their place. Total of 57 by my last count. I heard the flute music again last night.
Dear fiery flute phantom, I'm sorry I didn't believe in you before. And I'm sorry for whatever I may have done to anger you so. I was just trying to fulfill my duties as a protector of this park and the environment. I had so many questions, but I like answered. But for now, I simply ask that you please release me from this ever-growing labyrinth of tents. Dear family, I hope this most delivered message finds you well. I have found myself lost in a complex entanglement of tents that seems to swell in size and density with every step I take. I've walked for days, and yet through seemingly impossible still managed to be confined within the boundaries of campsite T13. I have seen into the eye, and have discovered that I myself am, and have always been, the fiery flute phantom. My destiny lies here, within the tent maze, where I shall wander for all eternity. Love, Ranger Kip Smallwell, fiery flute phantom. P.S. Oh, I saw the eye of the campsite also foretold to me they follow the snack cake industry. So I recommend you withdraw whatever remaining stocks you may still have. Let's give it up again for Matt Hatfield. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for coming out. Let's give one more round of applause for everybody you've seen tonight. Let's give it up for Clayton, who is on sound and lights. And yeah, thank you so much. If you like what you saw, please follow me on Instagram at RandyWoodSeattle. Instagram. Yeah, and come see more shows and sketch comedy. Thanks for being here. It was a lot of fun. Thanks so much, you guys. Good night.